All I want to know is what the freak is in Doctor Strange's basement? I mean, have you seen the rest of that house? What is in his basement? All right, people, it's the top 3. We're going to review them. Let's get into it. Let's talk. Hey, what's good, comic fans? This is Confire Comics, and we're here to bring you our top 3. It's a weekly video series where we bring you our personal top picks. This week, we're going to be talking about Lazrus 20, the extraordinary Xmen. Nigga, extraordinary. Man, it's a comic book about X-Men. There's an X somewhere in there, and these people are good. So that's number 1. And then the next one is Doctor Strange number 2. It don't matter what the comics are. Let's go and talk about them. I'm Confire Rich.
I'm Confire Nate, and I'm completely lost. We're gonna start off. We're gonna talk about Lazrus 20. Richie, what'd you think about this?
It was all right. It took me a minute to. How long has it been since the last one come out? I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah, it feels like it might have been a little longer than a month.
Well, we're gonna wait for the train to pass. I feel like there's a train passing in one of our in the video, but we gonna keep it in there, baby. Choo choo. But yeah, Lazrus. It was. It took me a minute to get picked back up on it, and it was okay. I mean, it was all right. I liked it. It looks like one of the doctors is coming to Joanne. They want her to take over for her fairy brother. He doesn't have what it takes to lead this family in times of war. And we've seen that through these other issues. And what do you think is going on there? At first, I honestly thought they had kidnapped him, to be honest. I thought they had him kidnapped and was just going to hold him hostage and then let Joanne just kind of take over. But apparently it looks like they're going to blackmail one of them. I'm not really sure because, she went to his...
I'm not sure if, because, she already had her little plan in motion. She was going to have that dude go up in there. We already knew about that. That was she had that conversation with the guy, and that was last. I think that was the last issue. So then this comes up. Now I don't know if this is part of her plan, or at some point she decided to change her plan. Because as far as I was concerned, that guy was supposed to come up in there and do something, and the other lady, the trainer, got a call, went out there, kicked this dude's butt, and then blew him away.
Kicked his butt. I was shocked. Like, she just...
I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, because he was like, oh, Joanne told me to bam. Dead.
Yeah. I wasn't shocked she beat him up. Like, I was like, he about to get it handed to him. And she's like, that's funny because she doesn't even have access to grant access to other people down here. And it was just like, whop, 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 beat him up. And then he's like, please don't. And then, like, bam.
Yeah.
I'm not giving a F. Just don't even care.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many twists in this. I don't know if this plan is going the way Joanna wants it to, or if this is just... I mean, I really don't know. I mean, that's what makes this comic good, man. There's so many twists and turns of stuff going on, not to mention you got the war going on. Forever wakes up. She's not healing as fast because the medicine she's not been taking. She comes back, and I mean, she just, like in last episode, she just goes Terminator on a bunch of dudes, takes them out, and then she goes and gets a tank. She gets a tank. And the funny thing is it's nice to see her little group of people actually able to make something happen without her. They come up with a plan. They figure out how they're going to do it. They put the private, the young guy who's like, peeing himself in the corner. They put him in motion. He goes up in there, sets the charges. Boom, they blow up the SAM site. And they're like, all right, they're just excited. Next thing you know, here comes a tank. Oh, crap. But don't worry about it because Forever's in the tank. So now they have a tank. There's no telling what they're going to do.
I like that whole little scene right there with her men, right? Because they took charge. They assaulted a lot of dudes. They went behind him. It was neat watching all that happen, the battle back and forth, nice and bloody. Really, that's all that happened in this. Not a ton happened. You had the conversation between Sonya and I forget his name. I'm sorry, the black dude they had come in as a scientist. and he's asking questions in a more than just a curious way. Like he's really curious. I feel like I don't know why I feel like that might play a factor later on, that he might look more into this gene therapy, the pills they're taking and stuff like that. I'm not really sure. He just seemed really interesting.
Up on the fact that somehow these pills that they've been giving her are to make her more susceptible to doing what she's told.
Yeah,
following orders. And I think he's picked up on that. He sees there's something fishy about this.
Yeah, I got the same feeling. At some
point, that's gonna probably play a big factor, especially when Forever gets back from this mission. So it's gonna be interesting to see. This is a great comic. If you're not reading this comic, you are missing out on a fantastic comic.
It is. It's good. We're only 20 in, so if you're watching this, hopefully you've read the other ones, but if not, you need to be on it.
You can get caught up pretty easily. I mean, I think there's a few trades out there.
So what are we moving on now to? One of these Xmen or something?
Well, let's talk about Doctor Strange.
Let's talk about Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, I was excited to have this comic come out because we all know we got a really interesting movie coming out here in the future. We got Benedict Cumberbatch playing Doctor Strange. This is a great time for people to figure out who Doctor Strange is. Okay, this is a great thing to get yourself ready for the movie. And on top of that, it's just a really good comic. I mean, it is. Doctor Strange is a crazy cat. And what he does and the life he lives is exciting, and just you got all kinds of magical stuff going on. I mean, he is the Constantine of the Marvel Universe, with just probably a little bit more charm and a little lack of maybe that kind of attitude that you get from Constantine.
Right.
But this episode was pretty crazy. What did you think about it?
Man, I was fascinated from the start, to be honest. Like when they just started talking about the house and the history of the house and everybody who had stayed in the house, I immediately thought, like I was in like page 2 and was already like, man, I just want to know about this house. It's like this house is a character of its own, right? That's before the story even started. That was just the history of the house. I didn't know what direction this issue was going to go. And then you see it, you're actually going through the house, and the house is a character in this issue, and I loved it. I thought it was great. Like you could probably make a comic just about somebody buying this house and then exploring this house. Like that's how awesome that the storytelling was about the history of this house and everything that went on with it. So
yeah, no, it really
I thought it was great.
I mean, the Sanctum Sanatorium, I mean, it's insane, man. There's just the house has so much going on. You got to introduce, they spent a little time and introduce his little companion who's helping him take care of stuff. Like he said, he's his martial arts instructor / cook / everything. It's kind of neat to have this little character going on. He's a main part of his story.
Yeah, he's a Chinese Alfred.
Yeah. Exactly. There you go. You got this house. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in this house. I just liked how the whole issue was literally like a crazy treasure hunt in the most insane place ever. I mean,
it was an adventure.
They were wandering through it. It really was. It was an adventure. You're wandering through the house. What's going on over here? You got crazy stuff, man. She opens a door. There's zombies. She shuts the door. I mean, there's just crazy things going on in this house. Not to mention the fact that, the girl's got stuff coming out of her head, man. It's crazy. It's just
that was freaky.
And then to end it of all, he basically asked her out on a date. He's like, if you didn't mind this. Like basically,
come on back.
This.
She even she's like, is that a euphemism? Like, you want to come back and rearrange my books? She's like, is that a euphemism? He's like, no, literally, I need you to come fix my books. Turns out he wanted to keep an eye on her because she's linked more than what he told her. Going back to the house, like they were just walking. Like they're looking for this, but he's not fighting anything. They're just walking through his house, different rooms. And I was completely engaged because, like we've already said, it was an adventure. You had those snakes on the table, and they was like, yo, chick, yo, baby, what's your rush? Where you going? Slow down.
Yeah.
And
he's like, don't touch the snakes.
Don't look in the darkness. You burn your eyes out. Don't look up. Don't look down. They're walking upstairs upside down, and I don't know, man. It was just cool. It was a lot of cool stuff. But you had the another Sorcerer Supreme, or another sorcerer basically from another dimension, find his way through there, and then ended up getting killed. But he's trying to warn Doctor Strange about something that's coming to him that looks like stop his powers. Because that was the thing that happened in there. He couldn't understand his charms and his spells to keep his library safe didn't work. The spell he cast at the beginning didn't work. And it has something to do with this, what's coming, right? Like, even stranger things are happening in the world of Strange. And he's trying to figure it out. And I think that's why he was calling that chick back. Like, more than the fact is like, I need to keep an eye on her. I want to see what's going on because this is weird even for me. Yeah, no, it's just there's no telling what's to come. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. Yeah. 2 issues in, it's on my pull list. I'm gonna be checking this out weekly. Definitely. But to go on to speaking about more Marvel, okay, like we talked before, Marvel's been rebooting, been throwing some stuff out there. The Extraordinary X-Men #1. Mm-hmm. That's what I said the first time. That's what it's called. I think it's extra, or I don't know. We're gonna call that. That's what it is, and we're gonna take that out of Richie's hands there since he can't seem to get it. But yeah, this was great. I mean, I love this comic right off the bat. I mean, first off, it's being written by Jeff Lemire, who's a great writer. If you look at the cover in the corner there, you're like, man, that's Old Man Logan. I know that. I know that cat. And this is the same guy. Jeff Lemire is going to be writing the new Old Man Logan that I believe doesn't come out until next year, the first of next year. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was going to be that long. That sucks. But yeah, I think it doesn't actually come out until January. But it might. I mean, it might come out next month. I don't know. I have to look on that. So wait, I don't want to get off on Old Man Logan, but I'm curious real quick. Are they done with what they did like the 4 issues that were real weird that we didn't super care about, but then it kind of stopped. Does it stop now up until it picks back up next year when you get a new writer? Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So like where it ended, basically where he was, butt naked in Times Square, that's how it's going to pick up. And it's going to start like next year, I think. Where does this tie in, do you think, to that? I guess we'll get to it. We'll get back to Old Man Logan. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, that's the thing. It's like this. I haven't been reading a whole lot of X-Men, the newer X-Men. I know there's a lot going on. Scott Summers basically went freaking batshit crazy. Did some bad stuff, killed some people, caused some problems. So you got all that going on. So you see them constantly referring to, we don't want to be associated with Scott, Cyclops, because he did some bad things. So that's that. So you understand what they're talking about, and that's basically what they're talking about. During the course of this, they're trying. I thought it was interesting that there's not going to be any more new mutants because of this this virus or whatever. So basically, if you're a mutant, there's not going to be more, which is pretty significant when you think about it, considering that from all the comics, there's always been new mutants. This is it. This is everything you got. So they're kind of recruiting. They're kind of like, we're going to go out there. We need to get the people we need because we need to protect the mutants because mutants are hated and a lot of bad things are going to happen. They go off and they get Colossus, who... Dude looks crazy, super big. Yes, I've noticed that. He looks insane. You got he like country Bobby, boy big, and not like bodybuilder, but he like country boy big. Like dude is. I was like, this dude like the Hulk. Anyway, I mean, he was already big, and then when he throws that bam, Colossus style, it's just like holy moly. I mean, he looks crazy. I mean, I love the way it's drawn. It looks really cool. Mm-hmm. They go to try to Jean Grey. I think there was a storyline where Jean Grey dies and then is resurrected. So this is Jean Grey as a younger Jean Grey with still her memories intact. Still her memories and her powers and stuff. So she's wanting out. She wants out. She wants to live her life. So they basically come to her, say, we need you. We need you to be a part of this. You're the heart of the X-Men. And then she basically leaves them with a little, she's like, well, when I was reaching out, I found there's someone here in our world that doesn't belong. And so they go after it. And guess who it is? It's Mr. Old Man Logan himself. So I'm sure they're going to explore that more in Old Man Logan, but they're also probably going to explore it a little bit in this, which
for anyone who knows, Wolverine, they killed Wolverine off a little while ago in the comics. So having the original Logan Wolverine, even though he's an older version, not like it's really going to matter. It's exciting because I love Wolverine. I want Wolverine in the comics, and that's their way of putting it back in. And
he's a staple. He's definitely going to be there and play a huge factor. It was cool because he was about to go ham on that. What was that? Centennial? What was that?
Sentinel,
yeah, Sentinel. I don't know why I'm thinking. Somebody been talking about the Matrix. That's why I said that. Just calm down, people. But yeah, he was knifing. That thing was like, please don't kill me. So just kind of let you know what world we're in. Like the humans are hunting down mutants and putting them down with this, I guess basically like a bioweapon that they got now, right? Like that they're using it. And Hank and the Inhumans are trying to find a way to suppress that and find a cure so that it doesn't weaken them or take their powers or kill them or whatever it is that it's doing to them. Storm has been running a refugee camp, basically. Just it's not even turned into the school so much. It's just we're gathering all the mutants that we possibly can, and we're trying to shield them and trying to save them and give them a safe place to stay. And finally, she realizes it's too much, and that's what hooked me to this. This is a very good #1 edition. They filled you in on what's going on, so even if you haven't read all these other comics, it's clear, just like you laid out. Where Jean Grey stands, what happened to Cyclops. You got Old Man Logan popping up in there. He doesn't belong there, so they're going to explore that more. Storm's not really running a school. She's running a refugee camp. But it excited me because they played all that out. Now we're out recruiting. We're grabbing people in. And now it's time for war. Now, what I found it interesting was that she said it's time for the war to defend ourselves. But in the same breath, she says we need to show the humans that we're not like Scott, that we're not dangerous and you shouldn't fear us. So what exactly are they doing recruiting all these people? Like, you don't go get Colossus and you don't go get Old Man Logan to not have people not be afraid of you. So that kind of confused me a little bit. I'm not really sure, because you're either going to go to war and beat some heads in, or you're going to continue to do your humanitarian style thing. So I'm not really sure. Very interested to see where this goes. I liked it. For an issue 1, I liked it. I love Doctor Strange. I like all 3 comics we had. That's why it's our top picks. We enjoyed. Look, man, I guess that's all we got. You got anything else, Nate? I guess we wrap it up.
I mean, I forgot that they did have Nightcrawler in there. I just mentioned, he's obviously
I forgot about that too.
Bouncing
Yeah,
around and someone's basically capturing him.
Yeah.
So maybe those are the people that they're talking about that they need to fight. Maybe it's these mutants that are working with them. I mean, I don't know. It's built up. Let's build me up. Let me get excited, and I'm excited. So that's what they did.
Yeah, they did a great job of that, for sure.
So it's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
All right, guys. Well, that's our top picks. Lazrus, #20. Extraordinary, Extra Extraordinary, Xmen, #1. And Doctor Strange, #2. All 3 good comics. Look, like, comment, subscribe. Get in the conversations. Let us know what you think about these comics. Did you read them? What'd you think about them? How are you liking Doctor Strange, man? How dope is that house? Like, you could just keep talking about that house. I loved it. But give us a sub. We're trying to get to 100 people. Until next time, we're out.
See ya.